If your business falls apart when you stop working, you don't own a business, you own a job. Most entrepreneurs start for freedom, but end up busier than ever. They have 10 different tools, 100 tabs, and zero time. Everything depends on them, and they know it won't scale. This video is where we fix that. I'll show you exactly how to break your business down to 5 core systems, find real bottlenecks, and build simple processes that actually run without you. No expensive softwares, no bloated teams. So if you're serious about stepping into the operator's seat and getting your time back, keep watching. And if you missed part 1, watch that first because it'll absolutely change the way that you view business forever. So now it's time to map the system, your subset framework. And every business in the entire world can be broken down into 5 core systems. Because at the end of the day, business is not rocket science. It's just hard. And when you break down your business into these 5 core systems, you'll actually start understanding how the ecosystem creates and how your business can actually grow. And the first one is your attract, right? The lead gen, the marketing. How do you get eyeballs on your business? Then it goes to the conversion mechanisms, right? Your sales, your onboarding. Then it goes to delivery, your product and service fulfillment. Number 4 is your retention, your client results, and your upsells. And number 5 is your operations, your admin, your finance, your team, your internal operations. So every business can be broken down into these 5 core systems. You have to attract, you have to convert, you have to deliver, you have to retain, and you have to operate. And a quick tip is when you're understanding your business ecosystem for the first time, use a whiteboard or use Miro, and you can literally map out and understand your business framework completely. So every bottleneck in your business lives inside of one of these systems, every single one, because business is these 5 systems. Now, there's a million different ways to do all of these systems, but every single bottleneck lives within those. So step 2 is you need to identify bottlenecks and leverage points. So look for tasks that repeat. How many times do you do a task every single day? Can it be automated? What fires do you keep putting out in your business? What questions do you have to answer more than twice? Because those 3 things, if you're looking for that, you're going to see the bottlenecks. You're going to see the gaps. Because if you're repeating tasks over and over and over again, that's something you can automate and it's very time consuming. If you have to keep putting out the same exact fire, well, that's probably something you should fix. That's a system you should implement. And if you have to keep answering the same questions more than twice, that's something you should be able to put on an SOP or a training doc to have those questions answered. So the tactical examples is getting ghosted after proposals. Well, automate the follow-up. If you don't like being told no, have them tell no to an automation because you'll never feel the pain. And that is how you do it is if you keep getting ghosted, that means they're probably not getting enough information. They're not seeing enough testimonies. They're not seeing enough about your business to make a decision. So you can automate the follow-up systems. So then the other one is if clients are asking for the same exact onboarding questions, create a video SOP, create a walkthrough. And if you're wasting hours and hours and hours on invoicing, use an auto billing tool because those are things that you can actually implement that'll save you time. And it's by asking those questions every single time. So where you're bleeding time is where you need a system. Let me say that again so you understand. Where you're bleeding time, wasting the most time every single day is where you need a system. That is your bottleneck. That is your gap. And if you want to take yourself out of the business, that is what you need to focus on. So step number 3 is you need to build simple systems. I see too many entrepreneurs when they first start systematizing their business think that they need an 80-step funnel or an 80-step automation that is perfect every single time. You don't need that. You need a simple system first without all of the 10 different tools that you have to zap together. You need to find one tool that you can do, and there's plenty of them out there. I personally use a software called Rubik Management that does all of it, but you need to keep it simple. Use things like Google Docs or Notion or Loom before buying all of these expensive tools. Systems equals checklists plus automations plus documentations. Systems equals checklists, automations, and documentation. Those 3 combined is what creates the system that's going to save you time. So an example is you use something like a CRM. Like I said, I use Rubik. And you could use Notion plus Rubik and run most of your systems. For onboarding, you can use tools like Loom or a templated email. For project management, you can also use Notion or Trello or to-do lists. So tools don't solve broken processes. I see this a lot as well, is they think that they're trying to build a system, so they go sign up for all of these tools, but then they don't know how to use it, they don't know how to integrate it, and it causes way more confusion and hassle. So tools don't solve broken processes. Systems solve broken processes. And you need tools to build systems, but you need the right tools. So step number 4, you need to maintain and improve with an operator mindset. Weekly system reviews are greater than monthly chaos. Because at the end of the day, if you're not optimizing, your idea of a perfect system is probably not a perfect system. And I've experienced this way too many times. I think I created this revolutionary system that's going to make everything so much easier, and I launch it and I realize that it doesn't work. Not because the system was broken, but because the people going through the system were broken. Because there's a massive, massive difference between a system and a process. A system is the step 1, step 2, step 3. The process is how someone flows through it. So you need to understand both of those when you're building it. So ask yourself the questions. What broke this week? What did I touch that I shouldn't have? What am I doing that a system should do? What am I doing that an automation could complete? So if you keep solving the same problem twice, you don't have a business, you just have a loop. And at the end of the day, loops is what causes headaches. It causes way too much time. And at the end of the day, a system implemented correctly can do it. So if you want freedom, this is how you build it. One subsystem at a time. Not 1,000 systems built all at once, but one system at a time. Keep it simple. Fix what's breaking. Automate what's obvious and keep showing up like an operator, not an overworked technician. So if you liked part 1 and part 2 of these videos, make sure to hit the subscribe button. This entire channel is built to help you get across that operator mindset and really start building a business that runs without you. So hit subscribe. If you haven't watched part 1, make sure to watch part 1 as well, and we will see you in the next video. Cheers.